Let me share my screen, then we'll start for today. Um, okay, so basically, we've we've we are done with our prototypes, or our prototype designs. Actually, let me share my screen. Sorry. We are done with our prototype designs. So what is left now is to start adding interactions to our prototype. So I guess you are seeing my screen. So let me go to designs and see if we're able to do any work on our own. Well, I guess you are the one that did this one, for new property.
Oh,
Yeah. Okay, so just to review it, you get. I don't know if you were here when I talked about this one. Okay, well, you made adjustments. You made adjustments to this one. You made adjustments to this one, but check the font, the color, the text color of the buttons are meant to be white. You get, so basically that's just it. And also see if you can do any more, small adjustments to it too. Okay, madam is not here for us to review this one. I don't think she added more things here. Okay, I noticed she added one more screen. Let me see what else do we have here. Okay, so yeah, as I was saying, I think we've been able to cover up all of our designs. If we were around, we would have just done review. So yeah, aside that, I would have also wanted to like to even congratulate everybody that have come this far safe. This is like 2 months out of 3 months. We've done 2 months, you get, and we have just one more month. We have just one more month left, which is like to finish up this, start implementing. And this month we're also supposed to do our own design, like our own personal project. So I think we should be able to round up adding prototyping of this screen, um, adding interactions to our prototype by the end of next week. Then we'll use the rest of the program to develop our own personal projects. We get, so in those remaining period of the bootcamp, we will not be doing, it will not be like classes per se, but sort of just build your project, review, and make adjustments and all. You get, so I think that is how it's going to be for the rest of the project. So without any further talk, we are going to start adding. I'm going to start adding interactions to our screens. Welcome, Dima. Welcome to. So we need to start adding interactions to our screen. This is a very important part of prototyping, because it helps us to show demo to our site. So one of the basic advantage of prototype, or the reason for prototypes, is so you don't waste so much time in developing the actual application and start showing people, see what you have done. You need to build a simple prototype like the basic structure of the application, then be able to show people, to carry out research or feasibility research and all of those things. So adding interactions to our prototype now make it possible for people to interact with this site or the application as if it was an actual application. So we'll be adding interactions to our prototype today, and hopefully by the end of this week, maybe today and our next class, we'll be able to have gone far with that. So first of all, let's start with our home page and look at the user experience. Then we'll know where it needs interaction. So first of all, we have our home page, which is supposed to be a navigation bar. So to add interactions to this, we have to select it, home, then move over to prototype and click see interactions there, then click plus. So I'm going to do this again from the beginning so that we understand what I just did. To add interaction to any particular component, you can add interactions to any component. So to add interactions to any particular component, you have to select that particular component. Make sure you are selecting that particular component, because if I click here now, first of all it will select the outer layer, which is this menu bar. You have to double click again to select the inner layer, which is this group. So both home and about are grouped, don't get it mistaken. So we are not selecting this group. You have to now double click again to select just this home inside. I know I explained or I talked about layers in the beginning part of this training, so we should understand layers by now. So make sure you get deep into the layer and select the specific component that you want to add interaction to. So now we've selected our home, although we're already on our home page, so it does not make any sense adding interaction to our home button. So I'm going to work with our about, since we have our about page separate. So I'm going to select about. It's selected now. Come over here to the right hand side. If you can see my mouse, you'll see prototype here. Just click prototype, then click add interaction. So for now, once you're inside prototype, you'll see this button. You now have kind of like a plus icon here. So this plus icon is basically for you to click and drag to any screen you want to go to. So that is our about page. We want that interaction to take us all the way to our about screen. So now we can add what type of interaction we want. Under here we have on click, on drag, on while hovering, while pressing, key or gamepad. So what is mouse enter, mouse leave, mouse down, mouse up. So what this means is if you click on click, if you select on click, it means if somebody clicks that about link, it should navigate to about screen. So aside navigate to, we also have things like open overlay, swap overlay, close overlay. But for now, we'll be working with about to, about screen and navigate to. So we've added an on-click interaction to our about component here, which should navigate to this screen, our about screen. So we now have the animation part where you can set how you want the transition to move. So it's either you want the transition to happen instantly, or you want to give it like style in animation. So I'm going to do smart animate. So smart animate basically just assigns automatic animation for you on its own, but you can also decide to choose the type you want or a specific one you want. So let us, since we've added one interaction here, let us run this. Let us now run this and see how it works. So I think I know this is kind of like repetition, because we've basically done something of this nature before when we're talking about prototypes and interactions. Fit width. Okay, yeah, so this works. So now this is our home page screen. So if someone comes to this page now, this looks like an actual website, and that is the point of prototyping. You get, now adding interaction to it makes it more realistic. So we've added interaction to just our about page. If you click on the screen, you'll see something here. So let me click on the screen. You'll see that about was highlighted. That is to notify whoever is going to the prototype that, okay, there's an interaction to this thing that I just highlighted. So if you click this, it will do something. So now I'm going to come over here to about. If you notice, our mouse has also changed. Once I click about, it has brought us to our about page. So what happened here, if you notice how we transited, or how the transition happened, it kind of eased out. So it's almost kind of like dissolved. We can also change the type of transition we want to happen. So I'm going to select this, come over here and change this to instant, and let's see how that will look like. So once I click about, it instantly takes us to about. So let us go through the other types of navigations too, and let's see. So we have instant. Let's see what dissolve looks like. So go back to our home page. So let's click our about, and it opens our about page. So this is the idea behind prototype. So what we are going to do now is add. So now while we're on this about page, there are no interactions to this page. So that is one thing. You have to add interaction to every screen and every component, but we'll start with the basic and important ones first. So let me take this back to the home page. Let me close this out. We've added our first interaction, which is the about. Now we need to add to our sign in and our sign up. So obviously the first button we have here is our sign in button. So sign in is supposed to take us to our sign in page, which is our login page. So we drag it all the way to login. One click, navigate to login, and I'm just going to make this instant. You get select sign up. Our sign up is supposed to take us to this page. Sign up page, also make this instant. So let's run this again and see what it looks like. So adding interactions to our page is more like finishing touch to the design. After you've designed all of your prototype, your wireframe, and all of those things, it's basically just the final thing you need to do. Most times, not even everybody add this interaction, but it's important for people to have a feel of how the application should work. So now if I click on the screen, you'll see that we have 3 more components highlighted, which means these 3 components now have interactions. So if I click sign in, it opens our login page. You get. So that is the idea. If I click sign up, it opens our sign up page. So let us continue with our adding interactions to our screens. We've added interaction to our about, sign in, sign up. What else? Buy, rent, shortlet. We don't really need interactions here, but we do need here which in the sense that if someone clicks a particular property, it should open up, maybe it should show up property details screen for that person. So let me see if we have the property details. So we have our property details screen here. So I'm just going to add interaction here and drag it over to our property details screen. The same on click, navigate to property detail instant. So I'm just going to run this again. I think I'm going to just leave this open so that I can come here to check out what we've done. So when we scroll down and I click this property, now opens up this page for me to view the property. So I know that, yeah, this is a 3-bedroom flat, this is the cost, this is the agent. I can view more properties from this agent. This is like the description of the property, more details, then property image gallery kind of. So that is it for that. Let me take us okay, let me add interaction to the home page here so that at least we'll be able to go back to our home page. So this is how basically we'll be dragging these things up and down. So while this has refreshed, our interaction is now on our home page, and we can go back to our home page. So now we have our sign in, sign up, home, about. We now have interactions added to each of our properties. You can click on property and see information about our property. We can go back to our home page and continue what we are searching for. What else? Search, or the search button. So this, we are going to add interaction to like our search button, which should take us to the search results screen. It should take us to the search results screen. So once I click this, let's say I typed 2-bedroom flats there, then this is what it opened up for me to show me a list of all of the 2-bedroom flats in Kaduna. Apparently, then we still have our search here, which if we click, it should still give us a search a search result. So I'm just going to add an interaction here so that we'll be able to open up a particular property also from here. So just add here, which is property details screen, and come over to our prototype. Then we can now view this property again and see what it looks like. So I can also go back home and start the whole process again. I have my search. This is where I see the results for my search. I can click to view this particular property. This is all about this property, and I can go back home to continue. So that is the idea with adding interactions to our page. So let's continue. We have other pages to work on also. Don't mind all these lines. Once you come out of prototype and you enter design, all those lines will disappear. But once you are in prototype, it's kind of like just shows you all the connections you have in your flow. So coming to our sign up screen now, we have two things we can add interactions to: the login and the submit. So this login here, sorry about that. So this login here, basically, this is the component. So once someone clicks login here, it should take the person to the login screen, and once someone clicks submit, it kind of also needs to take the person to the login screen. So when we now come over to our login screen here, we have our forgot password, which can use to reset your password, but we did not create a screen for forgot password, which is not really a problem. We can just do that. It's just to copy one of these screens and create a forgot password screen. So over here, after logging in, this screen now should take us to our admin place, because this is basically where our admin, this is basically what will lead us to this our admin screen that we have here. So I'm going to drag the submit button down to our admin screen. So now let's run this flow and see what it looks like. So I want to sign up. I click sign up. I come to the sign up page. I fill up my email, username, password, confirm password, and I come down here and I click submit. Once I submit, it has registered me. It's now for me to log in. I put my email, put my password, then I click submit. Once I've submitted, it takes me to my dashboard as an admin. But once I come here now, we can see this is dashboard logout. I don't have no properties created. So now we are going to add interactions to this. Add new property, add new property here, which will take us to an add property page. So I'm just going to zoom this up a bit. We have a new properties page here, so I'm just going to like drag our interaction from this add property to this, drag this to this page, then drag this button also to this page. So coming back here, we'll see that both this add new property here and add new property are being highlighted, so you can decide to use any of these buttons to add a new property. So let me just click add new property, and it will bring me to this screen where I can add title, the description of my property, address, property price. I can decide to delete or cancel. Okay, I think something here is missing. Let me see. Oh, this section is missing. So basically this section is not inside the screen. So if we come over to our layers section, where I've selected this group, we will notice that this group is kind of like standalone. It is not in any of these screens. So what I'm just going to do is to drag this and put it inside our new property screen, and now we have the group inside our new property screen. This usually refreshes on its own. Now we have this part on our screen, so we can add all of these things and also upload image and save. So this is meant to be save, not delete. So I'm just going to edit this here. I'm just going to edit this here for us to see it. So save, then cancel. So I'm going to add an interaction here. This save is supposed to take us to the admin screen now with properties in it. So I'm going to drag this save down to this screen. This is where we have all the property listings for the admin. What else? This cancel should also take us to the admin listing page. Then now coming to this listing page, we have edit button and delete button. So I'm going to add interaction to the delete button first of all. So if we notice, we have this screen which shows a pop-up for the delete button. So I'm going to drag this to this screen, but here now I'm not going to use instant. Since it's a pop-up, I'm going to use let me see what dissolve looks like. So let me use dissolve and see what this looks like. So let me click save. Let me come over here, click delete. Okay, apparently we kind of have a problem. So let me see. So let me drag this up a bit and see what this looks like. And this is not supposed to show black. So let me click delete again. Then it says, are you sure you want to delete? So apparently this is too wide. So I'm just going to reduce this. I'm going to reduce this, then change the color, the background color of what I added here. So let me use the frame to look for the particular thing. So coming to our design, I made that color black. I think I should make it somewhat gray, and let's see what it looks like here. So it should not be totally dark. Okay, well, we are done with our design. This class is basically about our prototype. Bring this up a little bit more. So when we come to this screen, we'll click delete, and it asks us, are you sure you want to delete? So one more thing is, let me go back to prototype. The delay is actually too long and it kind of lags. So let's select our delete stuff, and let's reduce this to 2 and see what it looks like. 2 milliseconds. So reduce this more to 100 milliseconds, and let's see if that will look more like a pop-up. So we have delete, and it will ask us, are you sure you want to delete this property? Then once we click delete, it should take us back to our listing page. Cancel should also take us back to our listing page. So we can just add that interaction, remove this, add that interaction also. So now we have delete, cancel. So anyone you click, once you delete, it should take us here. But in the actual implementation, once you've deleted, that particular property should not show again. So now is to add interaction to our edit button. So we come over here, we already have an edit screen, so select our edit button and drag this over to our edit property screen. So this is not supposed to be ease out, it's not supposed to be dissolve, sorry, it's supposed to be instant. So this usually refreshes on its own. So come over here, click edit, and it brings us to our edit property page. So this is supposed to be edit, not new. Supposed to be edit. Okay, so now we have our edit screen here. So we also have dashboard and logout. So what this logout basically is meant to just take us to is back to our login screen. So I'm going to drag this up hopefully I'm able to find our login screen. So I'm just dragging blindly. So now we have our login screen. So when we come back here, once we log out, it takes us back to our login screen. Once we log in, it brings us to our dashboard. You can add new property, add all of this, save it, brings us to our property page. You can edit the property. We've not added interaction to the cancel button, so let me take this back. We've done edit. We can try to delete the property, which will ask us, are you sure you want to delete this property? If you click delete, it takes us back here. Then our dashboard button should also take us back to the admin dashboard part. So looking at this, we have two parts of the system, both for the dashboard and for the users. So this is just basically to show us the basic workaround for our prototyping and interactions. So there are still a whole lot of things here that needs interaction, because while we've added interaction to the very basic and important things, to have full functionality of the feel of this flow, you need to add interactions to the rest of the components. Like for the sign up button, we did not add interaction for the sign up screen. We did not add interaction for the home, about, sign in and sign up. We just added interactions for sign in and sign up and about on the home page itself. So in our own leisure time, I'm going to leave the rest of the components for us to add interactions to it, just to also get a feel of how to work around with adding interactions, the type of animations, and how to see how all of these things work. You can also play around with some of the other interaction types here: hover, press while pressing, mouse, all of those things. So for those I know I gave us the mobile to design, so you can start with adding prototypes to your own mobile design. Let's start from there. You can start with adding prototypes to your own mobile design. And Pinky, while you are here, I see you've done more work on the mobile, but there is still more to do. As you say, it's still work in progress. I see what you've done here. Although you should try and make the icons a little bit smaller. You get, this is mobile design, so everything here has to be minimal. You get, also take note of the color. The background color here looks kind of off. Okay, but so far so good. Everything looks okay. You try. Just also add interactions to it. And Nello too. You can complete your own design, the admin part you are working on, and add interactions to it also. So hopefully by our next class we should have our full prototype, all of the interactions and flow working very well. Then we'll know that from next week we'll just do final review and we'll go into our own personal final project, which is not this main project. So while we are working on our personal projects, the designs here will be given to a front-end guy, a front-end developer to design, and hopefully our back-end developers will also implement it, and we'll all see it being deployed to a live server. So far so good. This is all that we have for today. So the floor is open for any of us. Does anybody have any question, any contribution, addition, or anything at all you want to say so far? Okay, again, while we are here, congrats to those of us that have been following up for the past 2 months. No easy. You guys have tried. So any questions, anybody? So I guess what it means that everybody fully understands. What it means that everybody fully understands what I said here today. Unless you guys are not hearing me. Can you guys hear me? Okay. So basically I think that is all, and I'll assume that there are no questions. So once you guys are finished with the designs, so I'm going to actually leave you guys to finish up with your mobile part of the designs and add interactions to it. We'll have to review and make sure they are okay before we move on to the next section of the training, which is you guys building your own personal design project. And also this will make it a total of 3 design projects this training, which the first was a portfolio design, a portfolio site design, this particular one, and the next one we'll be doing after this. So I know most of us did not go far in the portfolio design we did, so I want to urge us to also try to work on that portfolio design, and by the end of the whole program we'll have 3 design projects to show up in our portfolio. They might not be big or serious projects, but at least for the basics, that's the idea of the whole training. It should be able to give you stands to now work on more complex projects on our own, which of course we will not just leave you to do alone. You are still in the community. You always have access to everybody here to ask questions to anybody you want to ask questions. So again, any question from anybody?
About the portfolio, I wasn't around when the portfolio was made, so I want to know, is there a YouTube page I can go and watch the portfolio, how to do the portfolio?
Okay. Yeah, I think I should send the video again. I think I'll send the video here. So the class was recorded, so you can watch the video on our class and still also do your own research about, get your own inspirations about portfolio designs and build your own also. So when you build your own, then you bring it here, we review it, we'll give corrections, and we'll move from there. So I think that's what I'm going to do. I'll send the link. For those of you that know design your portfolio, you can also start from there, and we will also assist you if you go through if you have any issues. Is there any other thing? Okay, I guess not. So thank you guys for coming. Please try and continue work on the designs you've already started. As I've already said, I'm not going to touch those designs. I've done the one I'll do. You guys should work on your part and add interactions to it. By our next class we'll do review. I think next class will basically just be review, but next week we'll go into our other projects while front-end developers are working on the design. So thank you guys once again for coming, and I'll see you guys in our next. Yeah,
hello, good evening. Sorry, I have internet issues.
oh okay.
I wanted to say something and did not
Your voice is cracking.
made for
Sorry, you have to start
design.
again. No,
Hello,
I did
my
not hear
network
anything
is
you
bad.
said.
Yeah, I've just sent you.
You say?
Okay, I said hello.
Yeah, I can hear you now. Go on.
Hello.
Go on, I can hear you now.
Okay, I did not hear the correction you made on my design, and I did not hear what you said on the design. So I don't know if you can
Okay,
repeat it.
repeat again. Okay, let me open it up. First of all, I'll start with you need to add you're also going to add interactions to your own design too. The things I pointed out were okay. I said I see what you did with the icons, they are good. But one, you should make it smaller because this is a mobile design. Everything in mobile needs to be minimal. You get this icon is too large for a mobile design. Compare this icon to this one and you can see the difference. Also, the background color here is off, so you should consider that. You should also check the icon you're using here, the icon you're using here. They are two different things. Organize everything inside here, make it look better. You get work on your paddings. And I just noticed something new, safe. We have the title of this one outside the box, the title of this one inside the box. So all these things are just minor things you can just go through and review on your own. You get, and you should be able to you know walk through them. So there were not much corrections that I said. Did you hear the ones I just said? Please say yes.
Yeah.
Okay then. Yeah, now no problem. So just shall still yeah. You're welcome. I guess you said thank you. I don't know.
You said something about me using font.
You say?
You said something about me using white font. So I'm using font.
Okay, I said for the buttons you should use white. If you are using a button with blue background, you should use white. You get? So for example, this is your button here. Blue and black does not really match. You get our color scheme here is blue, white, and gray. I don't think in the main web version I did there was any actual black per se. So let me scroll up. I think the only thing that was actually thick black is this. If you check the buttons I used.
Share your screen again.
Okay, sorry. Pinky, did you see the correct? Did you even see the correction the one I made? Because apparently it looks like I was not sharing my screen then. Okay, let me finish up with Nilo Zone.
The icon is
Let me finish up with Nilo
okay.
Zone. So, Nilo, this is what I was talking about. On your design here, all of your buttons have black font, which is kind of off from our color scheme. You get here you have your blue button with black text, which is off. So this is how it's supposed to be. If you want to use black text, then make it a white button. So let me go to the our web view. You should be using web design here as reference, because at least this is what we are using to build the mobile. So look at the button here. We have this button, the white one but with blue text. Okay, we have a white button with blue text or black text also, but this is notice the type of black we are using here. That is why you should also copy the font here. Make the font unified across all designs. Then when you are using blue button, it should be white text. you get the difference. The text here is black, the text here is white. What else? Every other place we used button. Here we used a white button background, then the text is black. Any place I used a blue button background, I made sure I used a white text, so it makes the whole thing more look more color friendly. So this is basically makes the whole interface more friendly. But blue and black does not really go well together. So that is about that. And also another thing I want to say, I made this correction to Pinky. So covering this whole space with just filter does not make any sense, because if you look at it, once you open up your phone, let's say you are opening up this application on your phone, once you open it up, the first thing you now see is a full screen of filter. You now need to scroll down before you are able to even add what you want to add. So this was the correction I made to Pinky before she now came up with this idea. You get, I told her to just go and do her research and come up with something. So before she now came up with this idea of adding a search, and this button here is meant to like filter, so you can add search and you can click this to know view more filters, which should come up as a pop-up. So take note of this thing, all this thing you use to cover the whole screen here. Yeah, I think that is basically most of it. The rest is just general review. Just go through the rest of the design, make adjustments to it. You get, do your alignments here well, make the padding well aligned, and all of those things. Also, this will actually look better if it's left aligned too. So all these things should also be from your own perspective. I know, just look at it, do the adjustments where you can. And for Pinky, what I was saying, in case you did not see my screen then, was these icons you did are good, but for mobile design they are too large. You get, everything on mobile should be minimal because it's small screen. Forget you are seeing it on laptop. Once you actually view it on an actual mobile phone, you notice that it's actually too big. So I now said you should compare this icon to this icon and you see the difference. So reduce the icons, both of them, make them the same icon. If you want to use this, use it throughout. If you want to use this, use it throughout. And also take note of the background color here also. So aside that, every other thing on this page looks okay. Just do general review also and make adjustments where you can. Get, this should be aligned better. And also I think that is all from my side about the correction and review. And also you should add interactions to your pages too, or to your screens. You get, so I think that is all. Is there any other thing anybody wants to say? Any other thing? Okay. All right, I guess not. Network has been serious issues for us, but we move. Well, anyways, once again, thank you guys for coming. Good job so far. I'll see you guys in our next class.